The Lake Orion Lions host a fundraiser to help needy families during the holiday season.
A local business recently expanded and the Chamber of Commerce was there to help celebrate.
We have highlights of the Lake Orion Dragons' last game of the season.
And hundreds of costume characters marched through the streets of downtown during the annual Halloween parade.
Hello, I'm Ciaramitaro.
And I'm Jonathan Jackson.
We'll have these stories plus much more right here on ONTV News. Every year, members of the Lake Orion Lions Club and volunteers gather at the Cirque building during the weekend before Christmas. A small army of volunteers pack and deliver baskets of food and toys to needy families in the area. The annual act of charity wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the generosity of the Lake Orion community. On Saturday, November 7th, more than 300 members of the community attended the Lake Orion Lions A Christmas for Everyone charity auction. In its 9th year, the event was held at Malash's Palace location on M24 near Silverbell. Organizers were hoping to top last year's total of $30,000 by raising money through ticket sales, silent auctions, and a live auction.
We have members who go out into the community and they hit, they restaurants and they hit stores and ask them for any type of donation. And then we also have members who get family members who will come and get donations. And I would honestly say, and I don't know if I should quote a number, but I personally spend about $3,000 out of pocket. That's the purchase price. Everything else is donated, and then we put them together.
A great majority of them are from local businesses, and we really can't thank you all enough for everything that you do to us throughout the whole year. Without you, it just wouldn't be possible to put this on.
Brian Malash told us he offered his dealership to host the event after seeing firsthand how the Christmas Basket program helps those in need in the community.
One year I decided to give them $2,500 because they said they were really desperate. And I said I wanted to see what the money was going towards. And I went and, saw them delivering the baskets, and I packed the baskets myself and, gave them to about 5 families and was overwhelmed by how much need there was in our local community. And then I said, well, how are you raising money for this event? And he goes, we have this little party with our Lions Club members over here at Canterbury. And I was like, dude, no. We need to raise more money. There's more people that need help. I think they only did 100 families. Now we're doing 200 to 300, with what we can do here, and maybe more this year.
This year, volunteers will assemble at the Cirque building on Friday, December 18th to pack the boxes that will be delivered on Saturday, December 19th. The fundraiser helps purchase non-perishables and toys, while much of the food is collected through food drives and donations.
It's a wonderful thing, and it means more than people know. And I started with the Lions helping my husband when we were 16, making the food baskets. And this started out as just like a ladies' night, and it's evolved into this auction. And all of the money that we raise goes to help the Lake Orion community. It's a wonderful thing.
Well, what we do is we get most of our lists from the schools as to who needs help. And it's everything from basic needs, your staples, dairy products, fruit, cheese, vegetables, canned goods. It's about a week worth of food. And then if there's children in the family, toys for the kids, make sure that they have a great Christmas.
If you missed the fundraiser, it's not too late to help out. Donations can be mailed to the Lake Orion Lions Club, P.O. Box 255, Lake Orion, Michigan, 48361. The Lions Club can also use all the volunteers they can get to help pack the boxes on December 18th. Give them a call at 248-975-6378 or visit their newly revamped website at lakeorionlions.org.
HealthQuest has a dozen locations throughout the Metro Detroit area, including one in Orion Township. Now, the business has been located on the corner of Walden and Baldwin Road since 2001, but recently hosted a special ribbon-cutting ceremony. Representatives of the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce gathered in the lobby of HealthQuest to celebrate the expansion of the fitness center. The business took over space in the building that was once occupied by AAA Insurance.
Traditionally, we've only done physical therapy, a little bit of fitness, but we're taking over the other half of the building to expand our services. They will include personal training, team group classes, team training. It will also include yoga, body sculpturing, and then we also have some boot camp, and in addition we have massage classes being done.
Our goal is that after they complete physical therapy, we want them to continue to live life well and move on to the next level of fitness. And so we offer them, when they're discharged from therapy, a free month in the gym after they do a functional movement screen. And so we're now offering some classes, the massage, to continue to help them on their road to recovery.
Co-owner Dan Cady encourages residents to pop in for a free consultation if they're experiencing a medical issue.
So if you're a patient, typically you are referred by a physician, but if you're somebody that just lives in the community, you can certainly stop by. We do free consultations, so if you have a little bit of a medical problem, we can certainly just take a look and see what the best course of treatment would be. If you wanted to come in and have a fitness screen, we can do that as well. So all that, we do a lot of free consultations, a lot of free screening with that. You can just call and make an appointment anytime.
In addition to free consultations, HealthQuest will begin offering free classes, including body sculpting and yoga, beginning Monday, November 16th. Call Lisa Lutzi at 248-393-7707 to sign up, or visit hqpt.com for more information.
In August of 2015, the Orion Township Board of Trustees passed Ordinance 151 dealing with the growing problem of Phragmites in the area. The invasive plant species not only affects homeowners, but local businesses as well. One local business owner decided to do something about it and is pleased with the results so far. Once you realize what Phragmites look like, you begin to notice them all over Orion Township. They line both sides of M24 for miles. Raymond Campbell, owner of Hiram Place LLC, owns this commercial building located at M24 in Hiram. He told us that 2 years ago he noticed the plant was quickly overtaking the pond area in front of his business.
Well, the concern that I had was it looked like it was growing and spreading very, very quickly. And just from an observation standpoint, it seemed to be taking over my pond. So I became very concerned about that at that time. Okay. But I had no idea what to do.
One day, Environmental Resource Committee member George Hanley approached him to educate him about the invasive plant species and told him about the options Orion Township offers to eliminate the nuisance. After receiving an estimate of $150, he agreed to the treatment. Certified contractors came out in September and sprayed the area. The plants are now in the process of dying off, and the next step is to cut down the plants and bag them to prevent the spread of seeds.
As a property owner, I've always wanted to beautify this whole area in front of the building so it could be seen positively from the street as cars go by, and I've been unable to do that. And I have had landscapers come out in the past and say, hey, as long as these Phragmites are here, there's nothing we can really do. So now that the Phragmites are going to be gone, I'm going to hire a landscaping company to come out and beautify this area and plant what would grow here naturally around the pond.
If you are a business person or homeowner whose property is overrun with Phragmites, contact Orion Township Operations Director Jeff Stout at 248-391-0304 extension 141. You will receive a visit from a committee member to discuss your options.
And now for an update on Lake Orion sports. On Saturday, November 7th, the LOHS men's and women's cross-country team closed out their 2015 season in grand style, competing at the MHSAA State Finals, held at the Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan. ONTV cameras were there, and here's Ian Locke with more on the race.
Partly sunny skies and a stiff, cool wind met spectators and competitors as they made their way to the staging area of the 2015 cross-country state finals. Teams from all over the Lower Peninsula cramped into the MIS infield to settle in for a long day of racing. The Lake Orion's men team opted to tent with their provisions, while the Lady Dragons headed for the heated suite on pit row. The Lady Dragons were all business as they prepped for the race, led by seniors Emily Fluent, Rachel Zeal, and Claire McQuart, The Dragons wanted to close out 2015 with a strong performance. Nervous energy was felt by not only the runners, but also by the spectators. 27 teams and 242 runners were off in a mass of arms, legs, and metal spikes. Spectators ran to their favorite race spots to get a good look at their runners as they wound their way through the 5-kilometer course. Drama unfolded, though, near the 3-kilometer mark as the lead pack broke away. The crowd gasped as 2 runners collided and fell to the ground. In the mess was race favorite Madison Troy of Granville. The crowds along the home stretch were 5 deep, cheering on one of the closest races in years that wasn't settled until 100 meters remained. The individual title would go to sophomore Madison Troy of Granville with a blistering time of 17 minutes 28 seconds, just 2 seconds ahead of Jessie Larson of Saline. Seaholm took the women's team title for the 2nd year in a row, their 3rd in 4 years. The Lake Orion women finished 20th overall with 504 points. Freshman Allison Sherman was the top finisher for LO, coming in 76th with a season best 19 minutes 08 seconds. Senior Emily Fluent was 79th at 19 minutes 11 seconds. In 143rd place, senior Rachel Zeal was also below the 20-minute mark at 19 minutes 45 seconds. With 3 freshmen and 1 junior competing this year, the Dragons look poised to make it back to states once again in 2016 with a solid core group of runners. Congratulations to the ladies. The Dragon men hit the course at 3 p.m., the last race of the day, and earned a 12th place overall team finish. Rockford took the men's title, with Northville and Novi rounding out the top 3. The Dragons were led by senior Matt Ahrens, Jacob Ernott, and Robert Beggs. Junior Jack Everts and freshman Ryan Mulcahy rounded out the 6-member team. Matt Ahrens was 68th overall at 16 minutes 18 seconds to pace the Dragons. Jacob Ahrens was 81st, Ernott was 83rd. The Dragons say goodbye to a strong senior class that has won league and district titles during their careers, but they are set up for a strong 2016 campaign with a solid JV team that will continue the Dragons' winning ways. Reporting from MIS in the state cross-country finals, I'm Ian Locke.
And the 2015 LOHS football season came to a close last month when the varsity football team wrapped up their disappointing season with one final homestand against the Farmington Falcons on Friday, October 23rd in an OAA crossover game. Joe Johnson has the highlights.
The Dragons got on the board first with Luke Bevilacqua's 32-yard field goal with 6:55 left in the first quarter. Farmington answered on the ensuing drive, facing a 2nd and goal on the Dragons' 5-yard line. Senior Kyle Brunson runs wide left and takes it inside the pylon to give the Falcons a 7-3 lead. Lake Orion responded before the first quarter would end. On 2nd and 7 on their own 41, Caden Prescorn hands off to junior Keith Fields, who does what he's been doing all season long. Fields goes 59 yards to the end zone to help the Dragons regain the lead. The PAT was good. Lake Orion 10, Farmington 7. Let's go to the third. With under 10 minutes left in the quarter, the Falcons are forced to punt from their own 15-yard line. Bailey King's punt looks to be partially blocked. The ball takes a high bounce, and Drew Casey is lucky to make the recovery on the 30. A Falcons personal foul gives the Dragons possession on the Falcons' 15. And on the very next play, Keith Fields finds the end zone for the 2nd time, giving the Dragons a 10-point cushion. With less than 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Falcons put together a nice drive of their own. With the ball on the Dragons' 7-yard line, quarterback J. Drew McGovern hands off to senior David Reese, who goes into the end zone untouched to pull within 3. But both teams failed to score during the final minutes of the game. The final, Lake Orion 17, Farmington 14. The Dragons would close out their 2015 season with a 4-5 record and miss the playoffs. We caught up with Coach Chris Bell after the game.
Tonight was an important game, important just for this football team, important for the guys that have invested so much effort, and obviously we're disappointed with the way the season's gone, but to end it, against a good team, playing a fundamentally sound game and playing Lake Orion Dragon football, what a way to go out. It sends the seniors out on a positive note and gives the young guys, that vision of what's possible when we do things the right way. And, we had a lot of young guys made a lot of plays because we're down a lot in injury, and, with injuries on the defense, and some young guys stepped in and made some huge plays. So overall, obviously it wasn't a perfect game, but fundamentally we were pretty solid and did some great things, and won the physical battle against a very good team, so I couldn't be happier.
From Dragon Stadium, I'm Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV Sports.
Thanks, Joe. Well, another Halloween has come and gone, with area children taking part in several events in the weeks leading up to Halloween. The most popular event of the season was Lake Orion's annual Halloween parade. On Wednesday, October 28th, hundreds of children and family members gathered at the Eamon Center in the village for the start of the annual Lake Orion Halloween parade. Police Chief Jerry Narsh was behind the wheel of the department's 1941 Ford police car as he led participants south on Broadway into downtown Lake Orion. The parade crossed Flint Street, and families were able to get treats and goodies from 24 businesses taking part in the events. On the south end of Broadway, families lined up at the gazebo in Children's Park to enjoy cider and donuts donated by Yates Cider Mill. Rain threatened earlier in the day, but it held off just long enough for families to enjoy this special event organized by the Lake Orion DDA with the help of volunteers, businesses, and the Lake Orion Police Department.
Very pleased with the wonderful turnout. This has always been a great community event, bringing families together, bringing people to downtown. So it's certainly a passion for us as staff and volunteers to continue to hold the event year after year. I think we learned a couple of years ago after Hurricane Sandy and the after effects, when we had this sort of sleety snow rain and people still showed up. We knew even this morning we were having this event, rain or shine, and people were going to come out. And it's just, I think we had a really great, lucky situation that it kind of cleared up around 4 o'clock, and we had a great turnout. I'm so happy, and it's great to see everybody.
DDA Director Suzanne Perot and the DDA do a fantastic job. Our business district and all the business owners make it happen, and it's a fun night. It's warm, a little wet, but it's better than snow.
Oh yeah.
Great night, a lot of cool costumes, and it's a great crowd, and we're glad to be here.
Many of the families we talked to were taking part in the event for the very first time, and many came from neighboring communities to enjoy what downtown Lake Orion has to offer.
We saw a flyer at his school and we learned about it, so this is our first year participating and it's really been fun.
I saw the announcement on Facebook and I just thought I love doing Halloween stuff, and this little one loves it too. Happy Halloween! We got a lot of different types of candy within a short distance of walking, and the people are really friendly.
Well, I haven't finished yet with my family, but I don't know. It's all really good. So far, we come down to here on a quick break, but then after we finish eating, we're gonna go do the rest.
Cool. Do you like it?
Yes.
I'm glad that the kids have an opportunity to come around here in the city with people being nice and showing them, hospitality and giving them free candy. Just kids having fun.
We're having a lot of fun.
I mean, I like it for him.
Lots of trick-or-treating. Got cider and donuts.
Where are you coming from?
We actually live downtown.
Oh, you do? And this is your first time?
Well, she's just now old enough. So they're both able to walk on their own, and I can enjoy it too. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
I get a lot of candy. It's pretty awesome.
We know there's a lot of new residents moving into Orion Township, and we want them to know that this is their downtown. And we will take families and children and visitors from just about any place and welcome them here.
As Katie mentioned earlier, Halloween has passed and thoughts turn to the upcoming holiday season. Here are several upcoming events you may want to put on your calendar. If you're looking for that unique gift for a friend or loved one, be sure to check out the Orion Art Center's Holiday Market located in the Diamond Days building on M24. A grand opening will take place on Thursday, December 3rd at 7 p.m., and you can find one-of-a-kind works of art made by local artists through the month of December. Call 248-693-4986 for more information. The Holly Jolly Folly is an annual fundraiser that helps make the lighted Christmas parade possible. Hosted by Golling Buick GMC, the event raises funds through ticket sales, silent auctions, and raffles, and this year's event is scheduled to take place on Friday, December 4th. Visit OrionLightedParade.org for ticket information. And on Saturday, December 5th, Orion Township's Community Programs Department invites families to visit the Orion Center at 2 p.m. for one of their most popular annual events. Cookies with Claus gives area children an opportunity to deliver their Christmas wish list to Santa Claus himself, and there will be arts and crafts, snacks, and plenty of photo opportunities for ones to enjoy. Call 248-391-0304, extension 305 to register. Space is limited, however. Later that evening, bundle up and head into downtown Lake Orion for the start of the annual Lighted Christmas Parade, beginning at 6 p.m. Festive floats, community groups, costume characters, and marching bands will make their way down Broadway Street for a night to remember. And of course, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus will usher in the official start of the holiday season. And you can be sure that ONTV News will bring you the highlights of all the events we mentioned, and will be recording the Lighted Parade in its entirety, to be played on our channel throughout December.
That's all the time we have for this edition of ONTV News. For daily updates on what's happening right here in Lake Orion, follow us on Facebook and like our YouTube page. On behalf of the hardworking staff, I'm Ciaramitaro.
And I'm Jonathan Jackson. Thanks for watching.